Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, so it's time for a question video. And I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who sent in questions so far, who sent them in today. I didn't have enough questions for today, so I'm really thankful that you guys sent them in at the last minute. I appreciate it, and you guys are the reason I'm able to make this possible. So thanks. Alright, starting now. My friend thinks she needs to commit suicide. What should I do? You should definitely communicate with her. Establish that trusting bond. Let her know that you're there for her and allow her to confide in you. If she has something to say, definitely listen to her, give your advice. And I would suggest telling her just exactly why her life is so valuable, why she's important to you, important to other people. You can even make a list if you have to. And maybe make a list of things that would make her happy, some goals that she can work to accomplish. Work with her for those. Don't just make up goals for her to accomplish. Definitely talk to her. Maybe you can work something out to make life easier, to make life more fun, and make it worth living. Because the future is definitely bright. If you're living in a crappy present, you can definitely change some things around to hopefully make it a lot better for you in the future. That's all I gotta say on that. So definitely talk to her and do your best just to be there for her, because it sounds like she's going through a hard time and she needs someone to talk with. What do I ask if there's this new girl in school that I think cuts, but not sure she does? She seems really depressed and I want to help her. She may not cut. It may just be that she seems depressed because she's in a completely new environment. There are new surroundings. She probably doesn't know many people at this new school. I've been the new kid before. In fact, I'm the new kid this year, and it's difficult. It's hard to make friends. So definitely be her friend. Talk to her, introduce yourself, find common interests, and eventually you'll establish that trust. And if she does have problems, if she does need help, then she'll confide in you. And then you won't be wondering anymore, and your main focus will be how to help her out. And it sounds like you already recognize that she's probably not doing the best at the school so far, socially. So talk to her. Be her friend. It's that simple, really. But don't go just asking her if she cuts, because that might freak her out, offend her or something, and she'll kind of back off. Just saying. My friend is being abused by her dad. How do I get her to tell someone who can help her without her getting mad at me? I would suggest writing it out first, or even just handing her whatever you write out instead of completely just talking to her. You could try that, but it might be best if you have a few set things that you can go by. Explain why it's not her fault that she's being abused, because a lot of abuse victims believe that it's their fault, and it's not. It never is. So talk to her about that. Be her friend. Let her confide in you. If she has something to say, definitely listen, give your best advice, and just try to give her reasons why it's best to tell, how things can be a lot better without an abusive father. And there are websites and hotlines that are directly related to abuse. There's one, I believe it's called avhotline.org, and it's an abuse victim hotline. And I haven't tried it before. I haven't seen how well it works. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm sure if it's as great as they make it seem, they'll definitely give you great advice. They'll help counsel you through it, all of that stuff. But definitely don't let her go through this alone. That's awful. And something else I was going to say about this. You can make a list of people she can trust. Work on her with it. Maybe there's some teachers that you guys know that would be able to help her. Maybe there's other adults. Just, it's best to tell someone, because they can tell someone that can help, because then she can get out of that situation. She can have a better life. Things will be a lot easier. When I hurt myself, I tend to punish myself even more by not letting myself talk to people that I love. And now every time that I think about hurting myself, I extend it to another week. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I don't think it's a good thing, just because by doing that, you're resisting help in a way. Unless it helps you to not talk to people, then continue, but it might be best if you talk to the people that you love, get support from them, because they can help you. If they truly care about you, they will do whatever they can to make things better for you. So definitely talk to those who love you, and I'm sure they'll help you out. But I wouldn't punish yourself in that way, because that's just a little harsh when it could really benefit you to talk to someone. My family says that I'm a poser and that I shouldn't cut for attention. How do I explain to them that I'm not faking this and that I'm not trying to get attention? I tried talking to them, but they won't listen. I would write it out. I would write a letter. You could go through several drafts. You could put in as much information as you want. They can't interrupt you because you're giving them a letter. Make several copies, maybe type it up and then just print it out, so that way if something happens to it, if one of them decides, oh, this is stupid, let me tear this up, then you have another copy and be like, hey, I need you to read this. I need you to understand what I'm going through. So make it as serious as possible and really try to get their attention, and hopefully they'll listen. If not, try to find other people to confide in, other people to trust, because sometimes people just don't understand and they don't want to face the reality that you're hurting yourself and that you need help. So, and if they're saying that you're a poser and that you cut for attention, just ignore them, because you know that that's not the case. And even if you are cutting for attention, you still need some help, because sorry, my cat banged on the door. If you're cutting for attention, you're still abusing yourself. You're still hurting yourself. There's still something that's not right, and you need to figure out how to make things better. So I would try writing them a letter. That's my suggestion. And I guess that's all the questions for this week. Thanks again for sending them in, and I hope you send in more for next week and the weeks after that. And also, if any of you have suggestions for logos or designs for Fight the Injury, please send them into the email down below, and I'll also put a suicide hotline and an abuse hotline down below for those two questions. And you guys can see how those work, and please comment with how they do work if you do end up calling them, because I'd love to know, because I haven't heard anything about them and no one's ever mentioned them to me. So that's it. Have a fantastic week. Bye, guys.